Okay. Last దాంట్లో మనము ఆపరేటర్స్ వరకు కవర్ చేసాం. So from today we'll be going on with our control statements. So first of all, what are control statements? For this, let me create a new package. If the package name be December 17. A new package is created for December 17. Let me create a new class. So let the class first name be
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయి.
oops. Yep. So now let the class name be control statement. This will have a main method. So now this is our control statements page. So when we talk about control statements, first of all understand what is a control statement. When you are controlling a program with some examples or with some statements, those are control statements. So for this we have a few more things to add up. So what all types of control statements are there? That is the point. First, right, yeah, if you see over here, we have conditional statements as well as loops. First we will go with the conditional statements. So conditional means you have a condition. If that condition is true, then you will do something, or else if the condition is false, then you will do something else. That is the flow of the control statements. You can also say like this is making decisions. So what kind of decisions you want to make? Suppose you like that car or you like that dish. If it is true, if you like that dish, you will eat it or you will buy it. If it is false, then you will go for second option. You will try something else. So these are decisions. If it is yes, what will you do? If it is no, what will you do? So it's a true or false. If it is true, you will do something. If it is false, you will do something else. That's all.
ఎవరి దగ్గర డిస్టర్బెన్సెస్ చూడండి.
So that is how it is. Okay. So now let's go to our program. So we know that these are the control statements, and these decision statements are also called as if statements or if conditions. So these are very important. Why these are important, we will tell you. So first of all, let me take two variables. Int a equal to 5, int b is equal to 9. So you have two variables. So first, if, this is how you write a control statement. You have a if a is greater than b. Okay, now remember this flower bracket is called as a block. It's called as a block of code. Okay, I hope I have told you. If not, it's block of code. So you have anything which is enclosed in between two flower brackets, then that is called as a block of code. Okay, so this block of code is for this condition state. So you are checking this state. If a is greater than b, is a greater than b? If it is true, then you will do something. For example, if it is true, then you will simply say that a is greater than. Okay, I am saving this program and I am running it. Run as a Java application. So now once I run this, you must have a console open. Where is the console? Okay. Is this condition true? A is greater than B? Yes, no.
No.
And
No,
this is not
no,
true.
no.
It is not going inside the block. So this block will get activated only when this condition is true. So first of all, let us make this condition as true. I'll say B is greater than A. Now this condition is true.
Yes,
So now let me run this application.
yes, it is.
Now you can see that okay, the statement is wrong. Let's make it not. Now you can see that A is not greater than, that means that B is greater than B. Okay, so like that. So this is like this. Okay, now like this there are different types of conditional statements. So first and foremost, you have a normal if statement. Second, you have a if else statement. Third one, if else if else statement, and then you have a else if ladder. So these are the four type of statements. ఇప్పుడు సరదాగా మన ఇల్లు ఉంది, మన ఇంట్లో మెయిన్ డోర్ ఉంది. సో మన ఇంట్లో మెయిన్ డోర్ ఉంది, మన ఇంట్లో మెయిన్ డోర్ ఒక కీ ఉంది. సపోజ్ ఈ కండిషన్ కీ అనుకుందాం. ట్రూ వచ్చింది అంటే మన డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయింది అని అర్థం. ఫాల్స్ వచ్చింది అంటే మన డోర్ ఓపెన్ కాలేదు అని. ఓకే, పాయింట్ క్లియర్గా ఉంది కదా. సో నా ఇక్కడ ఈ పాయింట్లో ఈజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఏ అంటే మన డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయింది. డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయింది కాబట్టి లోపల ఏదైతే మ్యాటర్ ఉందో ఆ మ్యాటర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళిపోతాం డైరెక్ట్గా. ఇఫ్ నాట్, డోర్ ఓపెన్ కాలేదు మీన్స్ ఇఫ్ దిస్ పర్టిక్యులర్ కండిషన్ ఇస్ ఫాల్స్, అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, మన రూమ్మేట్స్కో లేకపోతే ఇంట్లో ఉంటే పేరెంట్స్కో ఎవరో ఒకరికి కాల్ చేస్తాం. సో అప్పుడు మనం కాల్ చేస్తున్నాము అనేది కూడా రాయాలిగా. డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయితే ఓకే, కాకపోతే మనం ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఏదో ఒకటి చేస్తాం. పక్కింట్లో వాళ్ళ దగ్గర కీ తీసుకోవడమో లేకపోతే ఫ్రెండ్స్కి కాల్ చేయడమో ఏదో ఒకటి చేస్తాం. సో ఆల్వేస్ ట్రూ అనే కండిషన్ ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంటో, కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్ అయితే ఏం చేయాలి అనేది కూడా అంతే ఇంపార్టెంట్. So here we have two conditions. First, A is greater than B.
Yes.
If the condition is true, then we will simply print this. This condition is false, then we print this. Okay? Always do remember
A is not greater than B condition చూడవు సార్.
A is
A is greater than B కదా కండిషన్.
అవును. ఓకే,
Then-
దీంట్లో ఓకే. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ది కేస్. సో ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్ ట్రూ అయింది అంటే ఇఫ్ బ్లాక్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఒకవేళ ఈ కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్ అయితే ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్. సపోజ్ నీ దగ్గర 2 కీస్ ఉన్నాయి ఇంటికి, నువ్వు 2 చెక్ చేస్తావా డైరెక్ట్ ఒకటే పెట్టేస్తావా? ఫస్ట్ అటెంప్ట్లో ఓపెన్ అయితే పర్లేదు, వాళ్ళు ఓపెన్ కాకపోతే
We'll go for the next.
విల్ గో ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్. సో అప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ కండిషన్ కూడా చెక్ చేయాలిగా. సో విల్ చెక్ దట్ కండిషన్. సో దాన్ని చెక్ చేయాలి అంటే రైట్ ఎల్ఎఫ్ A is equal to B. Then here we're gonna change the statement do something like this. B and A are equal. Okay, so this is for first key if this is true. This is for second key if this is true. So ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ది ఓకే అయితే this will get executed. Okay, ఒకవేళ సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఓకే అయితే then this will get executed. వాట్ ఇఫ్ రెండు కీస్ ఓపెన్ కాకపోతే అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కాల్ చేయడము ఇంట్లో వాళ్ళకి కాల్ చేయడము ఏదో ఒకటి చేస్తాం. సో డూ రిమెంబర్ దిస్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ది స్టేట్మెంట్ మే బీ, if you have a if, then you will always have a else. ఒక ఇఫ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఉంది అంటే ఆ ఇఫ్కి ఎప్పుడు always you will have a else. And do remember this, one if will have only one else, but you can have multiple else ifs. Got it?
Okay.
Yep. So that is how it is. So one if will have only one else, but it can have multiple else ifs. So if you have multiple else if statements, then that is called as else if ladder. Okay, so if you have another key, something like this, not another key, let's make a statement here like B is greater than A, and then at the ending I'll write another else statement, something like enter in or incorrect credentials or something like that. I'll simply put as incorrect. Okay, now I'll run this. You can say that it is telling that B is greater than A. Then now let me first format my code, Control Shift F for formatting the code. So now you have this. Another thing you need to remember, ఈ మూడు కండిషన్స్ ఫాల్స్ అయితే ఆర్ ఎన్ని ఇఫ్ కండిషన్స్ ఉన్నాయో అన్ని ఫాల్స్ అయితేనే ఎల్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తాం, లేదు అంటే ఎల్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తాం. అండ్ కంపైలర్ విల్ చెక్ ద కోడ్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మాట్ ఆఫ్ లైన్ బై లైన్, ఫస్ట్ లైన్, సెకండ్ లైన్, థర్డ్ లైన్ అలాగా. సో ఇప్పుడు B is greater than A, ఇది కరెక్టే. Now I'll make a slight change in the code that A is not equal to B. A is not equal to B kuda correct ga. So if you are expecting this answer, then you will never get it. So compiler ki first ee condition true untadi. So ఒక్కసారి డోర్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నువ్వు మళ్ళీ వెనక్కి వెళ్ళేసి ఇంకోటి కీ చెక్ చేయగా ఏ కీ అయితే ఓపెన్ అయిందో ఆ కీ తీసుకొని లోపలికి వచ్చేస్తావు, మళ్ళీ బయటకు వెళ్ళేసి ఇంకో కీ చెక్ చేయి. సేమ్ వే ఇక్కడ కూడా, వన్స్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఓపెన్డ్ యూ విల్ నాట్ గో టు దిస్. సో వెన్ యూ రన్ దిస్, యువర్ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ అవుట్పుట్ ఈస్ B and A are equal, or you can say it as B and A are not equal, since we changed the code. ఇక్కడ B greater than A is also true, but compiler will check the first lines first, then only it goes. If you make it like this, or to make it something like this, and make it like this. So on this condition, none of the three are equal. None of the three are true. Since none of the three are true, then only you will get the last statement. Even if one statement is true in between, it doesn't care about the last one. It will check this and game over. Casual గా పెట్టండి. రూమ్ డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయితే మళ్ళీ కాల్ చేసి మీరు రూమ్ డోర్ ఏదిరా అని అడుగుతారు, లేదుగా. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ దట్. ఒక రూమ్ డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయి ఒక కీతో రూమ్ డోర్ ఓపెన్ అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మీరు మిగతా కీస్ అన్ని చెక్ చేస్తామా? చేయండి. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ద సేమ్ వే లైక్ దిస్. So these are control statements, or you can say as conditional statements or decision making. This is like that. ఎందుకు ఈ టాపిక్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అంటాం అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ అ వెరీ సింపుల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్, బట్ వై దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ టేక్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ డ్రైవింగ్ కార్స్. సెల్ఫ్ డ్రైవింగ్ కార్స్లో ఏముంటుంది? ఇప్పుడు కెమెరా 365 డిగ్రీస్లో, కార్ 365 డిగ్రీస్లో కెమెరాస్ పెట్టేసి ఉంటాయి. సో ఆ కెమెరాస్ ఏం చేస్తుంది? ఇట్ ఈస్ క్యాప్చరింగ్ ద ట్రాఫిక్ సిగ్నల్. సో ఆ ట్రాఫిక్ సిగ్నల్ క్యాప్చర్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు దాని లోపల ఉన్న సిస్టమ్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ కోడ్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ఇట్ విల్ బి సంథింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. సో లెట్ us say string signal which is equal to red. If signal is equal to red, I am printing it out, but internal ga వేరే ఆప్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి. So I'll say stop. You have another else, or you can say else if signal is equal to green, then it will be like go. I'll not write about the yellow because we'll never follow that. Else signal is not working. Control Shift F, formatting the code. So I'll comment all these things. Commented. Now if I run this, stop. So our stop mechanism ఏదైతే ఉందో that mechanism will work. If I make it into green and if I run the code, it will say go. Green ఇది కాకుండా if there is nothing working, at that time you see that signals are not working. So అలాగా. The complete AI is completely based on this control systems. Nothing more than that. Hope you are understanding it. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now let's do a small program. Always remember to keep your class name capital. First letter should be capital. Okay. A is equal to, okay. First of all, let me take some inputs. And how do you take inputs? So if, see, till now whatever we have done, whether it is here, we have given a equal to 5, a equal to 9, we have given signal equal to green, means we gave the details hard coded. We are not taking any input from the user. From now onwards, we will take inputs from the user. So if you want to take inputs from the user, you have to have some necessary things. First thing is you need to have a scanner. And I'm creating an object for scanner SC, which is equal to new scanner. System.in. I'm telling it this is for the input system. Okay. So for taking the input from the system, I'm using the scanner. Now let's start this. So int a is equal to sc dot. If you see over here, sc is nothing but an object representing the scanner. Means we can't use scanner every time to do this. So whatever the functionality the scanner does, I am creating an object for that and I am using that sc dot. So click on next int. So if you want to take integer, then you will say next int. If you want to take a string, then you simply put on next, only next. Okay? You put next, you can see all this for int, for byte, for short, for string, for patterns. These are all strings, nothing to worry about that. You want to take a boolean, if you want to take a float, like that. So make sure you have your correct item. So here we have to int next int. So before this, we'll make sure that we prompt something. Before that, we'll see how it works. So system.out.println. Now, after, always remember, after everything is done, you need to close your scanner. Now, let's print this. Okay. See, okay. If you see over here, it is telling terminate or remove launch or something. You should give a number. It is printing that number. Hence, this is working. But problem here is it ran, but we didn't get any kind of a notification or anything. So to make sure that we get some details, before taking input, I'll write a print statement and I'll remove this ln. ln means next line. So I'm removing that. And inside that I'm telling enter a number. And now if I run this, now you can see there is a prompt. Enter a number. And I can enter a number. Okay, now what is there? There was a hash included. So 43. Now you can see that the number is getting printed. So our program main intention was to print this, to take the input, and whatever the input is there, we have to print it. That was the intention. Okay. So now this is not the programming intention. This is only for this small one. So now let's do something else. Let's take three numbers. So first one will be enter a value. I'll copy the code. I'll copy this completely. I'll paste it here and then here. I'll copy this. I'll put it here as well as here. I'll remove this print statement. Instead of A, I'll make this B and C. And here, instead of A, I'll make it B. I'll make it C. Okay. So now my system is taking three inputs. Enter A, B, C values. I must find out which one is the largest. So how do you do that? So I want you people to tell. A value is 4, B value is 6, C value is 9. I want you to find out what is the largest number and how can you do that.
We will use if statements.
Sorry?
We will use if conditions.
That is correct. But how? What are the conditions and how do you get the answer? I want that. What conditions will you put so that you will get that answer?
We want to print the highest value.
Yeah, you want to print the highest value.
Okay. First we will give if A greater than B, print A.
So I'm going to share the screen. Right? Okay, what should I give?
If A greater than B.
If
A greater than B.
A greater than B.
B greater than C.
A is greater than B.
And B
And
greater
B.
than C.
Okay. And so and in Java is two ampersands and B is greater than C. Okay, A is greater than B and B is greater than C. What should it print?
Print A is greater than largest value. Print as A is the largest value.
A is large. Okay. So this is for A.
Now we will give else if statement.
Okay. That's it.
Uh, A less than B
A less than B
and B greater than C.
and B greater than C.
Now we
Okay.
will get B is large.
B is large. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Else
else
A less than B, B less than C.
I can make it C is large, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the program correct? I'll run it. Give me A value. Tell me a number.
20.
20.
Fine.
B value 5. C value
28.
28. C is larger. Okay. Now tell me some different values where B is larger.
2.
2,
9, 7.
2, 9, 7. B is large. Now tell me a program where get A is large.
12, 11, 10.
A is large. What is the program correct?
A value 12, B 11, C 10.
Yeah, A is large. But is the program correct?
We have got what we required, right?
No, no, no. That is not like that. If that is like that, then it would be very great. What is required is correct, but is the program correct? So let me give some other values. Okay.
I think that is small correction needed.
Where?
If the values are same for B or C,
Hmm.
then we need the largest one. One is larger and the other two are same. We
Okay.
should consider that case also.
Okay. Consider that case also. Modify the program.
Yes. Else if
Where?
uh, after B is large case.
Okay. Here.
Yes, yes.
Else if
Else if A is greater than B
A is greater than B.
and B and C. Sorry. We can consider this actually. Okay, same way. It will be repeating. B equal to C.
B equal to C. So
Yes.
what should be the
Then
print statement?
A is larger.
A is larger.
Mm.
Okay. So instead of writing it here,
Okay. We can write it on first step. Huh?
I'll make it as
Yes.
OR and I'll put it over here.
Yes, nice. And next case for B also we should continue the same.
Okay, just a minute. Valid token recognition. Okay.
Okay. For the same case, we have to do for B and for the C.
We have to do for B.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So tell me this.
If B is greater than A
B is greater than A.
and A equal to C.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Now let's check the values. A value
Take 40.
40.
B B is 50.
B is
50
50.
and C is 35. Sorry, any same value, no?
Okay. Anyways, B is larger. That is true.
Okay, take any same values.
So let's take B is 11. B
B is
is
11.
30. B is large. But
Oh,
B also can be large, right?
yes, yes, and one more case.
So we have another case.
Yes.
B was also large. Good. So we have to add another case for this.
Mm, we are talking about largest one. Largest. Taking two values is acceptable as largest one.
Yeah.
Then we can.
But
Yeah, then we can take.
okay,
Okay.
we will forget about if two values are equal. Okay. I don't
Okay.
want this case. I want only if all the three are different. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is something as a programmer you should be very good at. One, writing cases. That was really nice. All the cases you pointed out. Number two, you should remember one rule in coding. Okay. Code should be added or deleted, but never edited. Okay? So that means, what does that mean? Suppose you have written this code, okay, for finding out the largest numbers in three variables, right? What if I
Mm.
add another variable? I added another variable b, and I am taking that also as the input. Okay, assume that you are right. You are developing a software for what do you call that, population census. Okay, you wrote a program where in that you wrote a program only for if the parents are having two kids. What if there is a third kid?
Yes. Yes. It's go on.
So at that time you can't go and edit every line of code, right? Because if you see over
Yes.
here, you have to edit this line, you have to edit this line, you have to write another condition over here, and then you have to write a else statement, right? If your code is like this, you have to edit the complete code. So remember that whenever you write a piece of code, that should never be edited. Now, if the case is you have a third person, you have a third number, now you need to edit the complete code A to Z. That should not be
Yeah.
done. You must either delete the code or add the code, but never ever edit the code. So let this be like this. Whatever you have written is correct. It's not wrong, but it's not the proper way. Yeah. So now let's write the same piece of code in a proper way. So I'll take a variable called large and I'll make it as a. Okay. I am assuming. So since we all completed engineering, we are very good at assumptions. So I am assuming that A is the largest one. Okay. So I'll check if B is greater than large. If B is greater than large, that means automatically that large will become B. Large is
Yes.
nothing but A. So B is greater than A means the large value is A. Right?
Yes.
Instead of writing if else statement, I'll write another if out of the box. I'll say C is larger than A. So C is greater than large. And here I will say large is equal to C. Okay, let us check what is happening over here. First, large is equal to A. Here, large is equal to A means by default I am telling that A is the largest one. Next, I will check this condition. B is greater than large. If B is greater than large, then I am reassigning B to large. If this is true, if this is not true, then automatically this is false. We will not even bother about this line. Correct?
Yeah.
We'll directly go here. Next, I'll check C is greater than large. If C is greater than large, then I'll say C equal to large equal to C. Means I'm copying C to large. At the ending, after everything is done, I'll simply print large. I don't care what is what. I'll simply print large. Now, I'm running the values. First, let me make A is the largest value. 100. B equal to 1, 5. C equal to 5. You get 100 as the large value.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now, I'll rerun the same code. 10, 100, 5. 100. You are getting B is the largest value.
Yes.
So this is the matrix. So whatever it is, I'm just copying it. First I'm assuming it and then I am assigning it to large. After that I am comparing it with all the other variables. If it is larger, I am assigning it here itself. So take a condition where you have A value is 10, B value is 5, C value is 8, or let's make it 80. So here at this point, large will become 10, right? Here I am checking 5 is greater than 10. True or false? This condition is false. Since this
False.
condition is false, I'll not even check this. I'll come off directly to here. And here now I am checking C, which is 80. And my 80 is greater than what is the large value? Large
10.
value is
10.
10. So 10. This is true. Since this is true,
Yes.
I'll go inside the block. Now my large value is
80.
80. When I print the large value at the ending, I'll print large value as 80. Got it?
Yes, got it.
Now, another benefit on this story. I'll uncomment this. I have a D value also now. So I don't need to change this line or this line or this line. I don't need to change anything. I'll simply add another if. D is greater than large. Large is equal to D. End of story. Now, I'll take 89, 28, 11, 75. You're getting the answer as 89. So I have added a piece of code. Now if I remove these two variables, A and C, then C and D, sorry, then I'll simply comment these two. I don't need these two. I'm deleting these two pieces of code. And if I rerun it, it's asking for A value, 8, B value 76, 98 is the values. So this is important. Always, you must never edit your code. If you see over here, whatever I have written, I have not touched it again. I added a piece of code or I deleted a piece of code, but I never edited a piece of code. That is how you write a program. You must never ever edit your code. Got it?
Okay.
Yep. So that's it for today. We'll continue looping statements tomorrow.
Monish, one dot.
Yeah.
You told if we use if, we need to use else.
It is not compulsion. If you are having one if, then you must have one else. If you want,
Okay.
it is not
If I
compulsory. So that is the reason I have given
okay.
4 different type of statements. First statement is if statement. Second
Okay.
is if else.
Okay.
Okay. In if there is no required of an else statement.
Okay.
That's it.
If I wanted to use, if I use one if, then I can use only one else.
Yeah.
It is not mandatory.
Yeah. It's not
Okay.
mandate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay then.
Wind up. ఆకలి అవుతుంది రయ్య తిందాం